Good morning. It's
Mhm.
Feature Friday, and it is Friday. For that, I am thankful. A lot of times when you work from home, Monday, Friday, Wednesday, Saturday makes no difference. For some reason, this week's been a little different. So I'm just thankful it's Friday. So hopefully we can all celebrate that together. So today I thought this is in Feature Friday, we usually show kind of like a new feature. We've been kind of rolling those out fast and furious over the last few weeks. We've like if you want to look at new features and stuff, I go back the last few Feature Fridays. They're on the learn.pagewheel.com/replays page. You can see them there or on our YouTube channel. But today, there's a pretty common issue that I see, especially among users who are coming into Pagewheel that aren't used to making pages in Pagewheel that I want to kind of tackle today. It's actually a pretty simple fix. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go through that scenario right now. All right. So we are in the dashboard of Pagewheel, and let's say that I have a PDF that is already created that maybe I used as a workbook in the past, or maybe I had a lead magnet, or maybe I'm going to put two or three things together inside of Pagewheel and then launch it from there. And it doesn't matter what your reason for for putting together a PDF download in Pagewheel is. Like you could use it as a lead magnet, you could use it as a digital product, you could use it as a workbook for a live event or a course that you're putting together. What we're just talking about right now is that PDF. So I'm going to go into the product builder and I am going to upload my own PDF here. And let's just pull a PDF from my files here. Of course, I have my face over where I'm supposed to be uploading, and my computer is super slow today. So let me just see if I can do. Let's see here. I'm just gonna grab one as an example. I think this one has multiple pages, so that's good. All right, so this is a learning worksheet set. Let's take a look at what that actually means in real life in just a second. All right, so here I want to brand and edit my product. I want to have more PDFs to upload. That is that scenario where you might have multiple. By the way, none of this is set in stone. You can come back and add and edit later, but obviously if you want to choose your own adventure from the beginning, that's great. I want to brand and edit my product because one of the things that I want to show you that's a little bit like has tripped some people up is how uploaded PDFs function inside of Pagewheel. I'm going to breeze through this branding thing real quick. All right. So you can see in this case, my PDF came with a cover. So in Pagewheel land, that means that I chose no cover because we didn't do a generated cover through Pagewheel. We're using the PDF upload, which is basically defaults to the first page. This is, I'm going to say beyond the screen activity book. Don't make me spell in front of y'all. All right, and then we're gonna go looks good next. All right, so you can see in this case that that we have just a lot of different worksheets here, all sorts of things, and you can see it's quite lengthy. I don't know, maybe 10 pages long. So one of the things that happens is if you have a pre-prepared PDF that has links in it, when you upload it into Pagewheel, those links are no longer live. And then you're like, crap. Like I need these links. I need, maybe this it has a video that accompanies it, or maybe there's a resource, or maybe it's a lead magnet that you're leading someone to a call to action to take them somewhere else. So one of the things that I've been helping people do on a regular basis, and I'm on this chat button right here, if you ever have these things come up that you're like, I don't know how to solve this, is what we do is create a page within Pagewheel that can solve that problem for you. So let's pretend like this is a whole series of worksheets that are accompanied by a video or a series of videos. So let's go ahead and add a page, and we're going to do a Pagewheel page. And in this case, it would be really easy to do that as an About Me page because we don't have that in here already. We could put the resources in that About Me page. So let's just go ahead and grab one. And I am going to do a TV screen with child. We'll see what that comes out to be. This is just so that we're all not asleep this morning. These always wake me up. Okay. The one thing that the AI generated images does is it is always surprising. That is kind of, actually, that's way better than I expected. All right, so I've loaded there. So we could say, instead of, we could say, hey, this is, let's see, Beyond the Screen activity book by Holly with video links. It's going to rewrite this page as a About Me page with kind of talking like that. You're about to embark upon an adventure activity book. This book is full of activities to help you learn new things, get creative. Video links are included. Okay, so here I'm going to put video number 1, video number 2, video number 3. And then what I'll do then is just link those to make a link in Pagewheel. All you need to do is hyperlink this and then click on that and then add your links in there. So we could do the 3 links right here that would then lead them into those pages. If there was a specific link for each worksheet, I might do a page that has a little bit about that video, maybe even a picture, like we could put the picture of the video in there and put that before the workbook page as well. Another scenario, and then the other thing that I love about this is we're going to go into the grid view and really easily reorder it. So in this case, I want these links to be front and center because they may want those links before they do any of the worksheets. But you could see we could make one for each of the worksheets as well. The other thing that happens all the time is, let's say you have an old lead magnet that sends them to a sales page that you don't even use anymore. I know it's never happened that you've changed your mind or you've like discontinued a software or something like that that hosted something. What I do often is I will just take the page, I will remake it in Pagewheel. And it, of course, doesn't have to look exactly the same. It just doesn't, you want it to look kind of similar so people aren't like, whoa, this was made somewhere else. And then add the links I really want to send them. And then I just go in and delete the page that had those links in the past. So I just like delete it. And then you have that new resource page in its place. Shockingly, I've done this on some very stylized, where almost magazine type PDF booklets. And you're like, oh crap, how am I going to match that? If you pick a really simple template, like let's add a page, like the context pages, those work really well because you can make the text about the same size. If it's so super heavy with images, you could also just inside of a text add an image. And those images, if you have kind of what I would say mimic the same kind of vibe, like darkness, lightness, that kind of stuff. And remember, you can also bold anything and then choose the color of that. My computer is feeling tired right now. Well, that normally would work. So you can choose the color of that, and that can also help you bridge that gap between the what you're trying to mimic and what you're trying to put out forward. So the second thing that is something really cool about this is, let's go ahead and make the website for this. Is that a lot of times when you were delivering that PDF before, you didn't necessarily, you were just relying on the PDF to deliver that call to action. Well, now we know these days, some people are printing them out. Obviously, when you print out a PDF, you're no longer getting the benefit of a link because you can't click on a paper link. So what's really cool about that is what we can do on the delivery page is mimic all of the call to actions, the video beds, any of the links that you call out in the PDF. Let's put those on the delivery page so that it becomes more of a front and center asset that is coordinated with that download, no matter how those people use that download, whether they print it off, whether they use it on their phone, but they can have that resource page where all those things are. So let's go ahead and go straight to the delivery page. And what we can do here is anytime you're inside of this, click on a section. And if you want to add a section, it's going to add the section below. So we're going to add a new section with the plus button. And we said we had 3 videos. So what I'm going to do is choose this those were not videos. So you've never done this before, put the wrong thing in. So let's delete that. Let's add the right section this time. Videos, the slider. All right, so let's do this one first. And then I'm going to add the video, 2 more videos. So my 3 videos that I put on that first page could go in here. And then also any call to actions, you could just use this, we call it our community link or our Facebook group link. You don't have to use it for a Facebook link. You can just click on this, make it whatever you want to, and then add change the text on the button and then just add a link there. So then we have all of the things that would accompany that PDF also represented on the delivery page, which makes it a really easy place to put a mini course, a challenge, those kind of things too, so that it's kind of double duty where you don't have to create a whole, kind of a place for a learning unit. You can use it right here on the delivery page. And then to follow that up, I would just put those same links into the email as well, or make sure that it's linking back to this delivery page so that they have a kind of a hub for all those things in place. So that way you can repurpose what you already have, even though you need to make some edits. Even though Pagewheel doesn't let you edit uploaded PDFs, you're just kind of, again, hacking the system a little bit to take away the information that you don't need and to go ahead and add the links that you do need and then make a resource page when it comes to the delivery page. All right, any questions or anything?
I was just going to say that if I remember right, because I know I've done it.
Yeah.
If you have them linked back to the delivery page, then if you're running a challenge like maybe Cynthia, and every day you're adding another video, you can keep sending them back by that email to say, go to that email, check that delivery page, and the new video will be up there now, rather
Yes.
than keep sending them email after email after email.
Yeah. And so because your delivery page at this moment is 1 page, that it can feel challenging for like a 7-day challenge. If you're doing that 7-day challenge live, you could manually just add that video every day, and then
Right.
you're sending them back each day to that same place. And
If
then,
they're watching.
yeah, which actually in the end, if somebody missed a day or something like that, they're not scrambling through all the emails trying to find those YouTube links and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and then and then at the end you have a nicely curated product with everything in order.
Right.
And you rewrite your email a bit for, Evergreen, and you rewrite your sales
Yes.
for the Evergreen, and you're good to go.
And all that can be within that exact same funnel, or same product inside of Pagewheel, because and it like this is kind of going back to, don't overcomplicate your life. Don't overthink it. The person coming in, isn't going to be like, oh my God, there's there's 3 days of videos here. I only want day one on day one. Like most of the time, they're going to be like, oh, thank God, I
It's
forgot day 1 and 2, and now all the things are here.
yeah.
So we have preconceived ideas of how things are supposed to look on the internet sometimes because we've seen other people do them. Guess what? They made it up too. Uh, like, as someone who's been making up crap on the internet for a really, really long time, I can say nobody knows what they're doing. So we're just trying things, and if we find something that works, we're often borrowing ideas from others and figuring it out. But the main thing, and those of you on Rachel's email list got my email last night about pricing, but this goes for everything. Is like don't overthink this, because a launched product at any price or in any state is going to beat out 100% a non-launch product.
The one that's still here.
Yes. And I have lots of them still up here, but the ones that are actually on the internet are doing a lot better than the ones up here.
It's
So
actually
get it out. Get it out. Push it out at all costs, and then you can go back and fix it, and then you can go back and edit it, or then you can go back and XYZ it. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then, like I say, at the end, like I did it as believe it or not, bow making, you guys. We did 5 days of bow making, and every day they got new bows, and they were thrilled. And I still sell that thing as, here's the 5 days of, making bows. I know you think it's crazy, but my people like it.
and this goes, there was one thing, if I do say so myself, in that email last night that I wrote,
That's
but
funny.
that was about the like, just stop just stop thinking, stop bargain shopping in your own head. Stop overthinking it in your own head, because yes, you might have been your customer 6 months ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, but you are not your customer today. Like, because you're the one with the knowledge, with the expertise, with this. So stop already and stop talking yourself out of things that people are going to buy. People buy, and I don't want to mock you, Kim, but people buy 5 days of bow making.
Because they can't make bows, and I've shown them it can be simple. They've built their trust in me. They've seen
Yeah.
me do it a few
Mm-hmm.
times, and they're like, okay, she made that look easy. So it
Yes.
naturally leads to the next one, right? So, but yeah, we just are so likely to think, oh well, it's so easy for me to do. Who would possibly buy that? Well, it's only easy for me now because I spent years figuring it out.
Hey, Holly.
Yeah.
Christina has her hand up and she's mentioned in the notes that she's having some problems this morning. So I didn't know if you wanted to catch that.
Yes. Christina, what's up?
Okay, so I had to go off the computer onto the phone for some reason. It was being weird. But I do have a question about, so with adding a PDF, like adding my own PDF into Pagewell, can
Yes.
I delete any of the pages out of that PDF
Yes.
once it's in there?
Yeah. So let me show
Okay.
you how to do that. Let me make sure I am sharing the right screen. Otherwise, it could get scary here.
And then I understand that it's like I have to create a different like resource page, like about page for like links to all the things.
So
Even though I missed some of that.
yeah,
But
let me show you definitely. Let me just publish this so that we can go back through this thing that I just did.
okay.
there's lots of saving going on. Like,
Mhm.
I need to close down about 16 tabs. Let me work on that.
I always have too many tabs.
Yes, me too. All right, well, let's go ahead and publish this. I am a tab girl, and it drives my husband nearly crazy. But you know what? He loves me because I drive him pretty crazy on
Mhm.
things. All right. So let's go back into the dashboard. Get rid of my calendar, my Dropbox. So the really cool thing is once you have a page in Pagewheel, you can't necessarily that uploaded page, and this is the one I just uploaded. So let's go into that.
Mhm.
You won't be able to go in and edit within that, that uploaded page.
Right.
Unfortunately, we can't do that. But like I tried one in Canva the other day and it went haywire. So like
But I can delete one of the
you can
pages.
absolutely delete. So let's go into so whatever page over here is highlighted,
Hmm.
you can do any of these actions over here on the left. So you could duplicate it. In fact, I don't know if can you duplicate the oh, let's try. I don't even know if you can duplicate one copy page. I don't think so. But you can delete it. So I have that one highlighted. I just hit the delete page and it's going to say, "Are you sure?" And I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then the other thing is what another thing that I do all the time, especially in the situation where you might upload two different PDFs that you want to combine in some way, is you could
Yes.
reorder the pages. So you just
Okay.
come into this grid view and you could be mixing and matching. So one of the use cases I do sometimes is I'm making a calendar. So I'm uploading a calendar page and then maybe something I want them to do on each of those pages. So
Hmm.
I'm putting two different PDFs and then basically doing one page from one page from other, one page from one
Hmm.
page, and that's really easy to do in that grid view. All right, so let's go to the website now. So the cool thing is it's going to make, even though we uploaded 99% of these pages up here, it's going to make a website for this product,
Hmm.
so that you're not going to have to, do a lot of rewriting. Because it doesn't know exactly everything that's in there, you might want to add a little bit more information to your title. So you might
Okay.
say beyond the screen activity book with 37 days of whatever, I don't know. But you could add some additional thing and then have it rewrite it if it doesn't, if you feel like you're going to have to go in and do a lot of heavy editing here.
Hmm.
And then on the delivery page, this is where so I added a page inside of that had
Hmm.
three video links. So now what I did is I just added sections by clicking on it and using this add section section button for those three videos.
Okay.
Okay. And then, by the way, guys, anytime you see a big plus, you can add a heading. Anytime you see a little plus, you can add a paragraph.
Okay.
And then, by the way, you can add nothing. Those pluses do not show up on the publish. That's just for you guys to know that, oh, I can add text here. So you could add a heading to these videos, or you could say they're pretty self-explanatory. In my world of kids' activities, generally I try not to over-explain things because it's
Hmm.
pretty simple. But if you have a more complex situation, you can actually add all this stuff. And then the only thing I would say is these first buttons are always pre-done with the download so that you don't have to connect those things. That's one of the things that Pagewheel does
Hmm.
automatically. But it's all of the buttons except the last one. The last one's always blank. All the top ones are always the download. You may
Okay.
not need two download buttons. You may want to use it for something else. Just make sure you save at least one of those as the download so that you don't
Okay.
lose that functionality. And then you could, add a link to anywhere from on these other things. And then just following it up into the email.
Mm-hmm.
Is the email here, same thing, is if you want to add links, you just, hyperlink them there, edit this just like you would a normal email. And so
Thank you.
absolutely. Anyone else? We are multitaskers, Kim. We can navigate many tabs. Hey, Lana.
Okay, I was able to do a screenshot recording of that because now I went, because what I did, here's what I tried to do. In order to erase all that flashing stuff, I went in and changed my prompt to do a different prompt, and it worked for a little bit, but then, and I didn't get all the flashing, I just got one prompt, but then I went in and did it again the third time, and now I get a whole, it didn't just give me the one prompt anymore. I went in and changed the words, and it didn't give me just the one prompt. It's given me a ton of them. So I made you a video of where it's just going, and it's going crazy with them.
Yeah, please, because my team has been messaging me back that they have been generating things are you on Chrome?
Yeah.
It's been working correctly for them. So anything you have that can show me what's happening, that would be really helpful, and I'll send it over to them.
Yeah, I just sent it to you.
Okay, perfect.
It's crazy.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, because I did 3 posts for social conversation starters, post per platform, engagement, post ideas, and the first one, and then when I did the first 2, I did the psychedelic. But then when I did the engagement post, after putting in a different prompt and trying to do the identity post, well, it just went crazy, and it doesn't even give me any identity posts. It acted like it was going to, but now it's just a blue screen. So anyway, I sent you the recording.
As Hillary says, we're giving you a psychedelic experience without the drugs.
Yeah, enjoy watching. It's kind of funny.
But maybe it might be that one. I'll check into the identity post.
Well, and
might be corrupted or something like that.
And the copy I'm making for this is another thing you need to know. The copy that I'm making for the prompt is rather long, so I'm going to shorten it and see.
Shorten it because Rachel will come yell at you if it's too long.
Yeah, I
on the other hand, embrace your need to be wordy, but she gets really irritated.
Yeah, well, you got.
By the way, she's the one that actually does the coding on that, so you want to probably listen to her, not me.
Yeah, well, it does help to give a lot of stuff. I got a lot of.
Shorten it and see if that doesn't fix it, because
I'm doing that right now.
That would be the first thing Rachel will tell you to do.
I shortened it, and it gave me 1 pack, and it was the main packs that I picked, and now it's generating my copy. So
okay, good.
And
she's off today, so you're stuck with me solving all your problems, which may be a problem. I guess
maybe what it was is I just had too long of a prompt.
Okay. Well, but that's good to know, Lana, because we would probably be good to let people know that if they have a really long prompt, that they might get a psychedelic experience.
Yeah, I'll even type in the text of the prompt too.
Yeah, long prompt.
But don't tell Rachel on me. Don't tell Rachel on
me. You're safe because she's off.
Oh, good.
So you get your act together by the time she gets back on. We'll be good.
I got it.
All right. Yeah. Anybody have anything else before we take on the rest of this Friday, which is a celebration of the end of this week? Thank God for us all.
Oh my goodness! Oh, that was crappy.
Oh no, Lana, I'm just gonna mute you. Okay.
Well, no. Now I tried to leave you a message, and it gave me a psychedelic crap thing. Oh my gosh! All right.
Oh my
Sorry.
goodness. So we're going
Sorry.
to
I mean,
have
it popped.
hashtag mute Lana from here on down.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it popped up some kind of AI thing, and I was just typing in the a message still. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
bye.
Bye. She's taking me seriously now. Oh my gosh, that made me laugh. I needed that today, Lana. Thank you. All right, everyone. Yes, I am working on a few issues. I see some familiar faces. I'm not going to call out Dr. Mark, but yes, I am. Which I have been working. I promise, Mark, that I fix something, and then there's a few strongly worded messages going on behind the scenes on that. So it's one thing if I hadn't promised. So I'm going to get back to that real quick because she has something that is an SOS. So for the rest of you, I adore you all, and also Dr. Mark as well. Um, but please let me know how I can help out. And if you have any problems, just shoot me a thing, and we'll figure it out. So have an amazing Friday and a good weekend. Bye.